See, it's those settings, isn't it?
It has to be, man. It has to be.
Listen, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Get Amped. This is the fan call-in show, and I'm going to enjoy this one. Just a heads up, though, guys. If I do have to dip out, it's because I've got a terrible cough, to be fair. But he said he will hold the fort. But you know what? And I don't normally do this. I normally do this at the end, but I think it's only fitting since we actually have got some new callers in to give you the platform to introduce yourself and say what team you support. So let's start with Orest.
I support Shit United. Yeah, you can find me on the Football Fan Show.
Big up to you. Moving on to...
Hey guys, I am Useless But United, and you can find me at Useless But United, and I support Arsenal.
Hello, I'm Dave. I'm the host of Premier League Primetime, and I support Manchester United, who are just nothing but shambolic. That's all I can say. A little preview for what I have for the viewers in store, because I really cannot be asked.
Yo, really sound Score United. Find me at everything. I support that team that just lost the Wolves. Not calling their names.
Tariq Talks. I'm a massive Arsenal fan, but you can find me on Tariq Talks, and I talk more than just Arsenal. Talking United and, etc.
Oh, goddamn. Rod Idris, Chelsea. Yeah, it's pretty rough right now. It's rough, man.
Rich taking the piss tonight, you know.
Why is everyone so stressed?
I'm Samara, and I'm a Man City fan.
Oh, no.
I am very happy at the minute.
So wait, we have one
Man City fans. Oh, wow.
Weekend. This is mad, you know. Rich, you taking the piss, fam.
I thought the seats were empty, man.
One person that won all weekend. Rich is moving mad, yeah, fam. Hello, L's okay, you know.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, after the disappointment, obviously, us losing to West Ham and the manner in which we lost, because we should have beaten them, I just found it only fitting that I just bring on losers with me. We actually obviously got we have got the one winner.
What about the
Let's
draw?
start there. Let's start with that Man City. No, actually, sorry. Apologies. Dave, I know you've only got like 10, 15 minutes, so we're going to start with you. Go on. Have your rant. Here's the platform.
Oh, my life. Where do I start with this absolute shower of rubbish? I cannot be asked. And look, before the match, I think every Manchester United fan was extremely concerned when they saw, yes, Phil Jones. Yes, our eyes did not deceive us. We saw Phil Jones in the starting 11. But you know what? I'm more than willing to say, Phil Jones was actually all right. He actually was not the worst player on the pitch. I was actually surprised. There was actually a lot worse. And honestly, but I cannot be asked. That performance was absolutely dreadful. That was right up there with Liverpool, Manchester City, and Watford. That performance was dull. It was pragmatic, rotten. It was negative football. Sideways and backwards. It was absolutely dreadful. Honestly, yet again, how many times do I have to repeat myself? If not for David De Gea, we're conceding 5, 6, 7 goals. I'm honest, one of the only players that can keep his head all the time. I mean, quick player innings, I'll give him a 9. Wan-Bissaka, just same old problems. Wan-Bissaka, I'm not sure, but is it Hector Bellerin in disguise or something? Because when I see him cross the ball, it either beats everyone or it doesn't beat the first man. It's just horrendous in his crossing abilities, but I know that will improve in time. So Wan-Bissaka, I give him a 5. Phil Jones and Varane, I give Varane a 7 because honestly he was brilliant today for the most part. More times than none, he did more good than bad. And without Varane, the center backs, I'd honestly be beyond worried because Bailly's not here as well. And then you're left with Harry the Hoover and Victor the Vacuum, who just sucked everyone in and everyone towards them to protect them because they cannot protect themselves for their lives. So, yeah, Luke Shaw was, again, not great today, but I still am a fan. Scott McTominay, oh, my life, I cannot be asked. I said that he was fine to start the Burnley game. I was more than happy with that. He didn't deserve to be dropped because he played well. So I said, all right, you know what? I'll back it. Now it's time for you to be dropped. For me, it's time to be sold, not just dropped. It's time for McTominay to be sold because I don't see what the coaching staff, whether it was Ollie or now Ralph Rangnick, sees in him to be a defensive midfielder. The man cannot tackle. It's sideways and backwards. And Matic, whose legs are gone, does the role better. Honestly, McTominay was dreadful today. On constantly losing the ball over and over and over again. 3, I gave Matic a 5. I thought he was average. Just the legs have gone. I felt sorry for Mason Greenwood and Jadon Sancho because they were not getting the ball very much, or if not really at all, to drive into space. Jadon Sancho paying £75 million for the man to go and drive at defenders. That's what he does. That's his bread and butter. That's his expertise, and he was able to do that. But then of course you have Mr. Moaner moaning about everything. As much as I love Ronaldo, he moans. Seriously, just get on with it. Stop moaning all the time. You're the captain as well. Honestly, the only player I've seen more moaning from is Harry Maguire, and that man just moans for a living. I mean, I'm moaning at his horrendous performances all season long. That's my excuse to moan. But Ronaldo, honestly, he was dreadful today. Cavani ran around like a headless chicken, but the man presses constantly. And I'll cut him a little bit of slack as well. But 2 players I'm really concerned about: Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford. Starting with Bruno Fernandes, this man, I defend him all the time, and I love Bruno, but every single time, just thinks he's got all the time in the world. Just he'll be dribbling around in and around the 18-yard box when it should be just, all right, 1, 2, 3 touch. Keep it simple. Move out, move forward. And constantly getting dispossessed, losing the ball in midfield, playing passes to Wolves players, long balls being played far out of play, far in front of players, pinging balls to Wolves players. He was dreadful. I gave him a 2. Marcus Rashford, the only thing Marcus Rashford did right, I'll give him a half a point for putting his boots on the right way and half a point for putting his kit on the right way. So he gets a 1 for me. He was absolutely dreadful. I don't know what's happened to Marcus Rashford. I love the kid, but he's been absolutely dreadful this season. What's on with that? He's been horrendous. He's been horrendous almost this whole season. It's so concerning. Alanga didn't really have enough time. I can't really mark him. He clearly came on for like the last 5 or 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure. And Ralph Rangnick, how many times have I screamed that this 4-2-2 doesn't work? How many times have I said that a person with a brain would figure out that Bruno Fernandes, the gel of the team, works better when he's in the middle of the pitch, so everyone gels together, not out wide where he doesn't play. That's another great one. So, other than the cool puffer jacket and the cool glasses, I'll give Rangnick a 1 for today because also at half time, I'm expecting him to give a massive kick up the backside of these players because we were getting annihilated in the first half. That should have been 3, 4, 5 goals right there in the first 45 minutes. But when they came out, it just looked like the same old. It was horrendous, lackluster. It was just boring, negative football, sideways, backwards, and the whole gegenpress. I don't see any pressing. It's one person presses and everyone sits back. There's no coordinated pressing. And I'll compare the pressing of Manchester United and the pressing of Tottenham Hotspur. Look at them under Conte now. They press as a group. They win the ball back, and they do not stop till they win the ball back. They pin the opponent on their half. They trap them in. That's called proper pressing. But our players don't know how to do that for whatever reason, which there you go. I agree with that comment. You're iron, yes, an iron. does more pressing on itself. Not even so using it. An iron alone, just by itself, does more pressing than the Manchester United front four. Honestly, he was absolutely horrendous. And Mike Dean, I mean, when am I ever going to give a referee a good grade? I mean, he gets a 0 as well because when am I ever going to give a referee a good mark? I mean, I'll say this right now: there were times where we were being key areas, cynical fouls, nothing, not even a yellow card. I did not get that whatsoever. But I mean, that's all up to say. But I mean, when looking at our center back crisis, I mean, I've had some people tell me, "Oh, don't worry, Victor's back soon. Harry will be back from injury." I mean, that gives me more shivers than actual joy. Harry Maguire, I'd rather have freaking Harry Hill at center back. Honestly, the man is Bambi on ice when he has the ball. I'm more or less, hiding under a pillow every time I see Maguire on the ball because it looks like he's going to lose it. Mr. Bambi on ice. Victor Lindelof in the air, a salmon out of water could leap higher in the air than Victor Lindelof. I'm telling you, this man, and a salmon would probably win the header and would also probably win the ball as well. The salmon itself out of the water could probably win the 50-50 because Lindelof just can't do that. Lindelof's better than Maguire, but I've had people saying, but Lindelof's our best center back this season. And to end my rant, if Victor Lindelof has been our best center back this season because Varane's been injured, oh boy, that really paints a picture where Manchester United are. But honestly, every single one of those players better fix up for next game. Hold your heads in shame because that's unacceptable. You're playing for Manchester United Football Club. Honestly, I don't want to see any more performances like that.
Rant over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Dave, to be fair, you said you're going to a class. Please make sure you go calm down before you go to your class.
Oh, it's fine. It's a long walk over there anyways.
Oh, my. But to be fair, you put that succinctly. I don't think any of the fellow United fans would disagree with you. But let's see what opposing fans feel about, obviously, the Wolves game. Samara, I know, obviously, you're happy with the result.
Yeah, I am very, very happy. But I just think with my boyfriend supports Manchester United, so we are an opposing household. But I just think
How is that dynamic?
Yeah,
That's the derby.
It's great.
That must be really interesting, honestly.
It's great at the minute. It's great at the minute because I have all the glory. But no, I just think with Manchester United, if you look at it fairly, like you brought Ronaldo in, and I think that he does create a little bit of disharmony amongst the team. And I think in the dressing room, he's obviously going to be this big personality that's coming in. And I think he comes in, he wants things the way he likes them. And he's coming to this big team and he's like rocked the boat. And I think that's really, really obvious at the minute. And he's whinging, moaning, like you said. And you're not creating this team that you want to create. And I think for Manchester United, you're just going to have to, it's a rebuild, it's a working process. But if the results carry on like that for me, then I'm happy.
I'm just watching a realist face. He's fed up. He's so fed
Oh,
up.
let me get realist. Yeah. Let me do my thing. All right. Let's find the positives in today's United performance, right, realist? My guy, I got you. No worries. So, Jack earlier said that, there's no form of G-Gen pressing or whatever, but who had more tackles attempted today? Manchester United. Who made more passes today? Manchester United. Who had more blocks today? Manchester United. More touches on the ball? Manchester United. More aerial duels won? Manchester United.
And I'm genuinely surprised.
What do you got to say about that, my friends?
I'm genuinely surprised that's the actual stat that we had more, especially more aerial duels won. I'm genuinely shocked because
it's 9-8 in favor of you guys.
I'm genuinely in shock because especially if I see a goal kick coming and I see Phil Jones ready to jump up for a header, I'm thinking, here we go. Just get the salmon in because the salmon will just win the header. Honestly, I mean that's literally what I'm thinking in the back of my mind. And I mean, seriously, the pass is sideways and backwards. I couldn't even remember, how many times we went for it. Probably once or
And
twice.
yet they had more clearances than you guys did.
Honestly,
but
I-
useless. They also had
Yo.
more goals.
They did
Exactly.
one, but they had 5 more clearances.
Means nothing.
I'm just saying, though, you always have to look at the positives, right? That's kind of the thing. I mean, not a lot of those stats were horrible. Some of those stats are kind of good.
For me, I'll say this right now. Probably the only positive that I can genuinely think of is that all the players in the squad on the bench at least turned up to Old Trafford with their kits on the right way and their boots on the right way. That's kind of really the only positive I can think of. Other than David De Gea. So
The fun part is the only 2 stats where Wolves actually dominated United are shots and dribbles. They have 10 more shots than you, and they've out-dribbled you by like 4 or 5.
Yep.
But
just
yeah,
show me.
it's
Yeah,
just shots.
let's go to realists.
So how many people in your team are actually shooting is the question.
One second, useless. Realists, talk to me, bro.
Them man are shit, bro. Them man there need to get Ollie off of. They need to cut the Wi-Fi to Old Trafford, fam. No more Zoom calls, blood. Because this guy's on Zoom, he have to be chatting to these people. These man are shit, bro. See that? You see Botox face up front there? Oh my lord, that guy, bro. I know these man gonna hate me, because these man love Ronaldo. I don't like the guy, fam. That guy, fam. Oh my lord, I can't stand seeing him. Bruno is another one. I can't. Rashford, get Rashford out, bro. Put him on the bench and let him just look at the game, fam. Just look, bro. Just look at it, bro. People think that, we put in Ilanga in. Fam, it's better to play the youths, fam. Do like Arsenal. Let's play the youths, fam. But these man don't care. These man don't care, fam. Cavani gave away the ball whole game, but he's constantly working, right? Okay.
Running around like I had this chicken, more or less.
What? McTominay, these man was ranting and raving. Best midfielder in the world. That guy is shit, fam.
Everyone's raving him
He's
to be
been
the
shit.
best
His
team.
level is where he did well at Burnley. That's his level, fam. What did he do, bro? What did he do today?
Nothing.
I don't have a bad thing to say about Phil Jones today. I can't believe that. He did nothing wrong, bro.
Phil
He did nothing
Jones
wrong.
deserves all the credit in the world.
I'm doing a watch along, right? I have one guy in my chat. He's just coming for me. He's like, you see that guy, Luke Shaw? He said you need to give him a donut so he will perform for the whole game. I'm like, this guy's taking the piss, He said that's the only way you get him to perform. Give him a donut, fam. I can't. I've been watching United for 23 plus years, fam. These man are killing me, blood.
Let's go to Orest. Now, Orest, this is the second time, that you have DM'd me when my team have lost before your team has played. You need to stop doing it.
I missed this.
You've now-
you guys
you've
lose.
now-
mate.
Worst fashion.
You've now
Never learn.
drawn. You've drawn against Newcastle and then lost to Wolves. You got to stay out my mentions. The fact that I'm even in your mentions just show how far we've come and how far you've dropped as a club. You should have no business with Palace. I'm telling you. But you're in my mentions, Benny. Wait, what's your thoughts on the game, bro?
I said it on your stream. Ole is on Zoom. Well, I think Ole is wearing that Ragnar face mask because for me, mate, the 4-2-2 doesn't work. And McTominay, get him out of my club. He's an academy player. Nah, I'm not having this. For me, Matic as well doesn't have the legs to play a consistent number of games for United. Phil Jones was our best player. This just shows you how far we've fallen. Phil Jones, guys. Phil Jones. But I thought Oli was on Zoom even at halftime. Because for me, Ragnick, I've seen, before he came into I've seen like videos of him shouting at Leipzig at halftime, telling him to wake up and all that. But I don't think he did that today. I just think Ragnick did what Oli said. Go out there and express yourselves for me. And I'm speechless. I'm just speechless. But yeah, this Champions League is not coming. I don't think we'll get top 4. Honestly, Arsenal fans like Arsenal getting top 4. I'm gonna say this right now. Arsenal are getting top 4. Look. For me, if you look at what Arteta in the beginning of the season, he lost 3 games in a row. They asked him. They said get him out of the club. Then he's been unbeaten. Unbeaten. He's been unbeaten for like 10 games. Lost to City, but that's not his fault. Obviously, he's got COVID. But and if you've seen the performance against City, Arsenal for me they were robbed. This is I'm not here to Arsenal, I'm here to but
No, wait, we're going to get into that. We're definitely
we're
going to get into that.
Arsenal. Yeah, we're going to Arsenal. Yeah, we played shit. That's all I can say.
Fair dues.
I think we're talking too much. Sorry to cut you off. You know, we're giving Man United too much airtime.
And that was my question to you. I was going to get you to talk about Wolves.
Wolves.
Now you're
absolutely. They played absolutely. They played. You can see, man. They know what
They
they're doing.
bopped us, fam. These man bopped us, bro.
Absolutely bopped us. But the thing is about Man United, if you don't score enough goals to tuck them away, they'll get that draw. You know, like we saw against Norwich. Norwich absolutely outplayed them. Yet they get the winner. You know, against Newcastle scored 1, but sometimes 1 goal is not enough against United. You know, so you need to get that second. But against Wolves, man, they've been on a good roll, man. They've played well against we did. You know what I mean? They kept us 0-0, you know, and then all I can say is Man United, too much credit to them, but we're going to give Wolves the credit. They played well. Midfield absolutely solid. Moutinho and Neves, you know, I think the Man United Portuguese players were the worst on the pitch. Every Portuguese player on that Wolves team was clear. Absolutely. Semedo. People don't even rate him. He played very well today on that right side. All the rest of them, what's his name? What's that little fella's name?
Podence, bro. That flipping guy was doing my head in, bro.
Running the show. He's running the show up top, you know. Even imagine Jimenez was a bit sharper, you know. I think after his injury, you can see he's kind of struggling. They need a forward. If they get a forward in, it's GG's, man. They're a good side, man. And they could be fighting for European spots as well. You know, Man United might fall below them, so it's peak.
Relax.
When you look at us right now, bro, it's like you can't tell these players to do certain things. You need to tell them go out there and have fun. It's like that's all they understand, bro. Go out there and have fun. If from the time you start giving them instructions, they can't focus. It's too much to process. It's too much. He's putting pressure on us. You tell them go out there and have fun. Freestyle football, bro. These man like long ball FC. Kick it long, Rashford chase it down, and put it in and someone scores. That's what they like, bro. That's terrible, bro. When is United going to get back to the... Bro, I don't like City at all, but I watch these man play with no strikers, fam.
Yeah, because they got technical ballers, man. That's
you know what I'm saying? No strikers. Bro. I watch Liverpool play. Forget Chelsea, forget them.
I feel like City play without strikers almost every game, bro.
No, they don't play with those strikers, bro. Look how they perform, bro. They bop teams off the park. Yeah, it have teams times they will struggle, they won't get a goal. But fam, look at us, bro. We have firepower. We should be winning games. We don't. We get outplayed by everything because no team is afraid of us no more. They come to Old Trafford and say, you know what, these men are waste, man. Rush them. And they just rush us, bro. These man just rush us. It's like you playing Call of Duty, bro. There's a guy in the room, they just rush him. Everyone rushes us, bro. We're just getting bombarded, fam. He a bunch of waste, man.
But that manager as well, Bruno Lage as well, he has to be given credit because he's absolutely taken them to another level. And even after the game, you see him break down the 3 points, you know, key points in midfield, winning the battles, you know, defensively being solid. But as I said, Man United in the gutter. Should have probably kept Oli.
I don't know about that Oli thing, you know. You're stressing, man.
Just back
on. Thing is, just before you say just Chelsea, like we got different problems, man. Like we're high up, you guys are fighting.
Yeah, 100 million pound player wants to.
That's fine.
You're not that much higher up, man.
We'll get to Chelsea in a minute.
That's fine. We'll get to it. Don't worry.
But just back on Wolves quickly. They've got the second best defense in the league. They've only conceded 14 goals. Man City conceded 13, and we know
they're playing good. They're playing great, bro.
And that midfield is better than a lot of midfield in the league. Like we know it's better than United's, but like I'm not here to talk. Like I've been saying this a lot of the time.
We better United.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is it. United are always going to struggle in terms of midfield battles because there's just way more superior, technically gifted players than what United have in there right now. But that's what we need to talk about for Wolves. Ruben Neves, for me, he was my man of the match. that was the one who was dominating, bossing it. And I would most definitely take him at Arsenal, and I could see him fitting in any like City,
any team in the league will take him, bro. I
Liverpool,
think any team in the league taking him.
for real. That's a real.
But to me,
baller.
Podence was the guy, bro. That guy was
Yeah,
he was
he was-
running us ragged.
Yeah, he was.
I actually thought it was Moutinho. And
Yeah.
I love the fact that we all have different players who we thought dominated that game for Wolves.
And that's where you have
That's
to
just
give
epic.
credit. And that's when you have to give credit to the manager, Bruno Lage.
Yeah.
Like he's taken over a very pragmatic side that couldn't control games, even with that midfield. In Nuno, my brother-in-law's a Wolves fan. He was like happy enough with Nuno, but I know a lot of other Wolves fans who were turning around saying, "Nah, this isn't good enough. We have much better players in quality, like Podence, like Raul Jimenez, Moutinho, Neves, etc." And now he's able. This isn't the first time Wolves stepped up to you this season and boxed you off the park. Like, this is what Wolves can do. They came to Chelsea coming, like, this is where Thomas Tuchel was coming out with all injuries and all of that. They can do that to anyone.
Yeah,
Wolves
but
can.
Tariq, tell me, who don't bop us off the park though?
Yeah, I know that, but like this is what I'm saying. Like this is the quality that Wolves do have. I know you're right because Newcastle were doing that as well. But this is the only problem they have is scoring goals, and I thought that was at show tonight as well. Podence, he was amazing, but once again, he lacks that end product. He lacked it against Chelsea as well. So it's a bit like a Christian Pulisic situation with Chelsea. You see him, and then yes, it's all great up until they get to a certain point, but that's where Wolves need to develop. But yeah, on United, like the problems are just going to remain the same with that midfield, with the imbalance in the dressing room. I think Parallel put it in the comment earlier talking about how Ragnick's favourite, and this is what it says to me. Yes, if we talk as football fans, it's a lot easier for us to just talk about what we see on the pitch, and that is how players perform technically. But what we don't see, what we're not privy to, is how these players' attitudes are in the training, on the training ground, in and around the club, on a daily basis. And that's where I'm not going to shift blame on Rangnick. And this is where, like, I think it's kind of mad when people go all out on Rangnick in this sense, because what's he meant to do? What is he actually meant to do? This is not his squad. He's only just come in and he's here. He's not here to really manage Manchester United. He's here for the long term. So yes, it's suffer and it's that pain, and show your frustrations to the players, but not on Rangnick. Come on, man. I think that's a bit too far.
Yeah, but you know, top Reds will blame. They'll obviously blame Ragnick because
he's not English. That's why.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but they don't give credit either.
He does have faults though, like with his substitutions and the players that he could play, like Donny.
But this is it though.
I've told you, bro. I told that man, Donny been fighting and training or something, bro. I can't see why this guy don't.
Bro, why is he
playing?
playing?
He probably in tension or something. That guy's moving mad in training. I don't know.
And nobody plays Donny. Nobody.
That's it. Yeah. So it's not just a Rangnick issue. Do you know what I'm
Guys,
saying?
let's move on. And also, I'm going to come back to you on this topic because I know you're itching. But we did say we need to talk about City Arsenal now.
Bro, them man, rob Arsenal, man.
Rob, man. I don't know what bigger
Samara, as the Man City fan, I'll let you go first because there was a robbery. What was your views on the game?
Honestly, I was stressed. I thought it was going to be typical City. Like, I thought that when we played Leicester, when it was 4-3, I was like, typical City. It's going to be City all over. But no, I was stressed. Arteta, all the credit. Like, what he has done there, it was like City versus City at times. I was like, love him. I love him. I wish he would come back sometimes. No, but I think Martinelli as well, outstanding footballer. But I just thought it showed how much at the Brentford game, we missed Rodri because he is vital to our team. I remember when we bought him, people were like, nah, he's not going to be as good as Fernandinho. And now we miss him. Like the passion, the celebration, like the Adebayor. That's what that brought me back to. It brought me back to Adebayor celebration. But I think, honestly, Arsenal, you should have nicked it. The faults there were the two players sending off the penalty, but if the players had not let their emotion get to them, I think you would have done us. And I think that was the first half, especially. We have not had a first half like that all season. That was a brilliant first half. Yeah, you were absolutely all over us. Honestly, like I said, City versus City, we had no clue. We were sloppy, we were lazy. In the first half, I think Kevin De Bruyne, I think he's struggling. He's not been right since the Euros. And I think he is struggling, but I just think Arsenal gave us what a game. That's all I can say. But I'm happy we got the points. We're 22 points clear of United. What can I say?
How does that United again, fam? What's going on here, fam?
Wow.
That's more important to us.
That's a low blow, you know. That's
Very low.
like kicking you when you're down, fam. What's going on there?
Also, we're going to come to you on the matter, obviously, as an Arsenal fan. But Jay here says beating City ain't for everyone. That's facts. But Oates.
Yo, my brother Rich.
Welcome back. It's been a minute.
Well, it's been a minute, man. What's going on? Big up to everybody in the chat, man, and everybody in here. Yeah, boy. Where do I start with the City game, boy? Do you know what, yeah? I nearly tumped up my TV. It was mad. I nearly tumped up my TV, Rich, yeah? Because, you see, do you know what? Looking back here, hindsight's a great thing, yeah? Like, I know a lot of the people are blaming the officials and the VAR and stuff like that, yeah? Which I get, because the officiating was terrible for certain reasons outside of the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, sorry if I get your name wrong, it's Samara. What Samara was saying was, our two players, not that they let us down, but it's just there was so much passion and they wanted it so badly that, you know, it's a young team and we made some mistakes. Do you know what I mean? So we have to also take accountability for throwing the game away.
Hamza is sending for you, by the way.
Hey, tell Hamza to go to bed. He's got school in the morning.
Hamza need to pipe down, fam.
But but yeah, anyway,
he's got a point though. Oates. You've been missing lately, though. Like,
hey, listen, yeah, Hamza, when you grow some hairs on your nuts, yeah, then come chat to me, big man. But listen, anyway, but yeah, we threw the game away. We threw the game away. We did, man. But the officiating. Let me just talk about that real quickly because the penalty, the penalty that wasn't given, the Odegaard one, that's a horrible decision. I just don't understand. I just also feel like if the officials are told to go to the screen, I feel like they're obliged to give the decision, which is not the case. They're told to go to the screen to look at it in slow motion and have a proper view of it, and then, you know. But it's just like, okay, go to the screen and look at it, and okay, they give the decision straight away. But he didn't even get told to go to the screen to have a look. And then the other one, you got told to go to the screen to have a look. It just doesn't make sense. And the reasons for why he got told to go to the screen because of the shirt pull, he was already halfway down to the ground anyway. So it just doesn't make any type of sense. And then on top of that, Rodri, although he's a good player, how he went 94 minutes without getting a card, I don't understand. My man nearly kicked Martinelli out of the stadium.
Yeah.
And he was 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about.
He's representing system, bro. Oh, it's that City thing, though, innit? It's that City thing, as you were saying. Yeah. Like, City get away with it, but carry on, bro.
Boy, it's just but you know what? They're good at the dark arts, man. You got to respect it. They're good at the dark arts.
Ronaldinho, bro. That guy is the best at it. That bastard.
They break up the football. You know what I mean? They break up the game by little fouls here and there. So you got to respect it, innit? But I don't know. But what I will say is that all the man that were giving Arteta disrespect, yeah, like I said, Rich, before, many a time before, I need my apology and I want it today, yeah, because now we're starting to see the signs of progress. And this is why I want to go back to the Man United thing, yeah. This Man United squad, yeah, what they need to do is wrap up all the man them, all of the players, go to the kitchen and dash all of the man there in the bin and start again. That's what they need to do. Yeah, just like how Arsenal did. Let a bunch of men go that was causing problems. Start again with the youngsters. And now, look at the way we're playing. It's free-flowing football. We got the Gabonese Jamie Vardy or the Gabonese Danny Welbeck or whatever his name is out of the
Danny
squad.
Welbeck was better than him. Danny Welbeck was better than him. Respect.
Boy, you said it. You said it. You said it. But yeah, get like, do you know what I mean? And now you start to see free flowing football. Arteta's got his own squad. Yeah, we've lost 7 games. All right, cool. But you know, you can see progress. So if we fall out of the top 4, personally, I'll be sad, but I won't be distraught because I know that next season we could take the next step. Do you know what I mean?
Useless. Gabriel.
Bruh. I'm the wrong guy to ask about Gabby, man. 2 minutes of madness is standard Arsenal. We did it against Liverpool. Nuno lost it, passed it away. Gabby took 2 minutes to get himself sent off and mess up. So it's just Arsenal, man. Honestly, if any Arsenal fan can say we're surprised to lose like that, last 10 minutes, if you were watching and you're experienced, you were like, okay, this feels kind of familiar. We've played amazing all game, and now we're going to chuck it away. And we did. But I never thought we were bad, man. That's the thing. So I can never say that. Like, I trust the process, bro. I genuinely think that the coach is onto something. He came in big. Yeah, we dipped in form. But then again, we also had a 22-something game unbeaten run under Emery, which was like, what? So we're supposed to treat that as gospel or something? No, man. We need more patience. Arteta is the one. We are the ones. Hopefully, Arteta is the one. Yeah, go for it, man. What's the worst that'll happen? I'll be wrong and I'll do it again all over. It's fine. That's just the Arsenal way. I've been here before. I've had this amazing crop of youth talent that I've looked at and been like, oh yeah, that was 10 years ago, bro. I've been married. I almost have a kid. The team is the same story.
You think Arsenal can get top 4 this season?
Man, I'm saying I'm happy as long as we're competing because that's all I expect to do, bro. I'm owned by the guy who owns the Denver Nuggets. I don't expect titles right now. I just don't. I feel bad for Arsenal fans that do, man. Like I really do. You're gonna have a much better ride. It's gonna be so much more fun if you just enjoy getting the top 4, knocking United out, jostling with Conte at Spurs. It's a good time, guys. I'm just saying.
This guy is the most positive person I know in my life.
I'm just saying, man.
This guy was defending Ollie, He was defending Ollie for me, This guy, bro. This guy.
Let me ask you, Man United. Let me ask you, Man United, man, a question. Like, so with Ragnick, I know he's only there like to the end of the season, but do you think he can get you top 4 with what you're seeing formation wise and playing stuff?
Yeah. This question, I think it depends on what we do in January transfer window. Because for me,
I don't even think it depends on January transfer window, bro. I just think that these man just don't care, bro. They ain't willing. No matter what you tell, no matter what you tell them to do, they just do some weird shit, bro. Just look at them; they're doing some weird shit, bro. You trying to tell me you can't make a 5-year pass and you're a professional footballer? You getting paid to do this? You can't do that. Nah, man.
Something's going on though, man. You got 2 managers that don't want to play Donny van der Beek. You man always play 2.
Man, bro. Donny is play training, bro.
You man always play 2 CDMs, especially if you're away from home against a big team. Okay, but at home, you're playing 2 CDMs. It doesn't make no sense.
On the other hand, I do legit think Matic was one of the better United players today. Like along with Phil Jones, I think Matic was probably up there today.
He was decent. Yeah, he was decent.
I'll say
but
Greenwood but Greenwood and flipping Phil Jones was Sancho was doing well too as well. You see the 2 granddads up front, Botox and Escobar.
Yeah, you see when
Escobar.
Botox. Do you know what though? Yeah. You see the Ronaldo disrespect, yeah? He's banged about 12 to 13 goals already this season.
You ain't going to get nothing but disrespect when it comes to me and that guy.
He's banged about 12 to 13 goals.
No, I just think that it's not like I hate him or anything like that. It's just that I think that he's so self-centered, bro, that everything is about him and you have to give him the ball. And
isn't that what you want from a striker, though?
No, what I'm saying is we have you man have young players coming through, right? You all want them to develop. We have Greenwood coming through. What we're going to say? Give him time. He's still young. Give him time. Then we're going to end up doing the same Rashford and McTominay thing. They're young. Give them time, and they're going to be 27. Are we still saying they're young? Bro, why we bring this guy in, bro? Why, bro? People love him, but I ain't that guy.
I
That
think
ain't my goat, bro. My goat is R9 and Zidane. That guy, no.
Can I just say,
I think-
we're meant to be talking about Arsenal here, man.
I was gonna bring this
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Don't worry.
Bro, the big club status, you know, we'll always take rank, bro. We always be, you know.
Yeah.
See,
Yo, my last word on Man United, yeah. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's got to get put in the bin. Sorry.
Can I say
Two good
something on that?
crossing and then he couldn't cross after.
How is it that he's gone from our club and got worse? Just saying. T Aubameyang,
Whoa, Aubameyang. See,
does he get back in?
for me, no. And there was an argument a lot of the time from Arsenal fans in the first place that Aubameyang makes us play worse. And, you know, as I said, well, how are we getting to United? But I'm going to make some parallels here into Ronaldo. And yes, these players are just pure goal scorers and they don't really offer anything else. But to be an elite side now, if you're going to be competing with the likes of Man City, Liverpool, your striker needs to be doing a lot more than that.
It's not Hanif.
Yeah, it's Hanif. Yeah,
It's fraud, bro.
it's based around 11 players now, and that's what Pep Guardiola's proven. That's what Jurgen Klopp has proven, and when we talk about Chelsea, the best performances Chelsea have put in, Morad, I wonder if you agree, that's without a striker. Because that's what you're able to do, and that's what's needed to be able to create chances. You need that fluidity. So I don't think, disregarding the whole Aubameyang situation, I don't think he should be coming back in the first place. But then when you see how it's turned sour, how Lukaku's situation and Aubameyang, it's quite ironic that both of them have happened at the same time. It's like a bit of a coincidence maybe, but it's kind of showing that player power does not exist anymore, where we've seen the likes of Lukaku and Aubameyang exercise that player power in the past, where Aubameyang did it at Dortmund, forced his move to Arsenal. Lukaku has had his way in terms of like getting his move to Everton and Chelsea and then etc. And he's trying to exercise that power again, and it's just been proven to be shut down. I know, Rich, you have passionate views on that. So for me, as Arsenal, this is where I love Arteta, and this is where I'm really starting to love him. And Rich, ever since I've come on here, I've taken a lot of stick for backing Arteta, even through the rough period. But this is what it's about. Creating a culture at a football club is way more important than individuals. And I'm sorry for Man United fans, that's what's taken over. It's that brand, you know, and that happened at Arsenal as well. We was looking at players like Ozil, we was looking at all of that, and you know what, these are the players that because they're quality, we know what they can do on their day. But the team always comes first. Pep Guardiola never allowed that. Jurgen Klopp never allowed that. Pep Guardiola never allowed that at Barcelona.
That's what I like about Pep, you know. If you come and you play mad for Pep, he's like, hey, no worries, my guy. The door's right there. Get out.
Exactly. No matter who you are. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is that team culture, and that's what Patrick Vieira's building at Crystal Palace right now. And that's what Thomas Tuchel. I've said a lot of things about Thomas Tuchel. I don't think but I'm gaining more respect because he's putting the team first and he's putting everyone to work hard. And that linking with Arteta, that's what these managers who do become world class do. I'm not saying he's there yet. He has that time. And when we look at the players that we have, and hearing Samara talking, that was music to my ears, how she was like talking about Arsenal and how I've seen a lot of opposition fans praising Arsenal. And it's weird. It's weird because I'm 23.
They praise us all the time when they beat us. They never do it when we win.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's true. But
they'll sneak a win and be like, "Oh man, you guys were sick," and we'll be like, "Oh yeah, thanks."
But to be fair though, like I've never heard it to this extent in my 23 years. Do you know what I mean? Because I wasn't old enough to remember the Invincibles. I was alive, but I wasn't old enough. So it's just a great moment that we're in at the moment, and to look at that and let's be positive because at the end of the day, yeah, we can look short to medium to long term, and we can still find positives from it. And even if you're the most pessimistic Arsenal fan, you should be able to, unless you've got a complete different agenda. So it's nice, man. It's nice to feel this way, and I'm looking forward to it. Martinelli, Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka, come on, man. Come on.
Good times, good times.
Samara, last question, and then I'll hit the comments, then we're going to move on to Chelsea. Do you win the league now?
Come on, Samara, say
yes. Say yes.
Might as well say yes.
Honestly,
Don't lie.
League to lose.
Don't
League
lie.
to lose.
Don't lie.
It is, yeah. It's ours. I do think it's ours to lose. But I hate saying that because now I'm like, if we go on a losing streak now, that is my fault. I will hold my hands up. No, I think it is, but I think being a City fan, having seen the horrendous football that we used to play, you're always thinking, is it going to be typical City? Anything can happen. Even like last season, I was like, no, it's going to be typical City. Even when we were winning, and it's just like, but I'm going to say it's ours to lose. I'm not saying yes or no. I'm going to say it's ours to lose.
Who wins if you don't win?
I don't want to say it, but Liverpool.
Yeah, that's the only team for me that can.
And Liverpool and Arsenal. Arsenal will get top 4. I think.
Hopefully.
Arsenal getting a lot of praise.
Any more red? Big team in London.
We're going to come to your boys in a
Good
sec.
times.
Orts Hamza's saying like you got to learn from Tariq and give praise where praise is given.
Nah, definitely, man. They played well. Like, to be honest, it's like for Arsenal, this is like foundations. You know, like next time they'll beat a Man City. That's when you see Arsenal get to the next level, when they beat Man Cities and Liverpool's. That's like kind of been their hurdle. Like Chelsea, we nick some points from Man City. We beat Liverpool sometimes here and there. I think once they get to that level, you'll start seeing things, improving a lot and stuff like that. But for now, they're doing well. Anything to deflect talking about Chelsea, that's fine.
Is this the same Orts who logged off all social media at the start of the season?
Hey, Vandam again. At me. What's going on? I don't understand.
Hey, Oates, I haven't seen this from United fans since you know when. So
Listen. I've rattled a couple, man, obviously, yeah, but just chill out a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Flipping out. Listen, I was going through a lot at the start of the season, yeah, but I'm back. How about that? Yeah. So do me a favor, right? And leave me alone. How about that?
That's why it's always good to back your team always, man. Always.
And big up now for tuning in. Oh boy. Chelsea. Let's start off with the Lukaku discussion because I haven't had a chance to speak on this.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to speak on this. Why is he twerking for Inter? Oh my days.
You like the weather over there?
But he's always been that. He's a big fish in a small pond. Like once you get to a big environment, I don't think he can hack it. That's why he went to West Brom. You saw how well he did at West Brom, at Everton. He went to Man United. He died there. Then he went to Inter. Inter has won Scudetto in 10 seasons? 10 seasons before. Went there as again big fish, small pond. Won. Comes to Chelsea. Chelsea did this redemption 2.0. I'm back 10 years later. All of that nonsense. And then again, he's pretty much quit doing an interview. Now people are saying that, it's taken out of context. I didn't watch the interview, to be honest. I seen a snippet or two, or I just seen him do the interview. I was like, everything he said, they could have taken out of context, but he said what he said. This is pretty much him saying, I quit, like he can't hack it here. The media. But number one, why are you talking to Sky Italia for? Wait, you're in England. Why are you talking to them for? What's the point? Like, it doesn't do you any good. And then you go out there criticizing the manager, saying, like, not being professional. Like, this is discussions you can have like behind closed doors and say, look, maybe this and that. Like, he's a senior player. Like, he's 28. He can talk to the manager. Tuchel, like, he seems like an understanding person. Like, look, I've played like this. He can, bring his ideas. But you can't go to a manager and say, you're not playing me the correct way. You can't do this. You can't do that. Especially, like, to the media, And then you got Inter Milan fans bantering him, putting up banners, massive banners saying that we don't want you. Didn't the Inter Milan owner say that there's no difference between him and Dzeko? Like, they got Dzeko. Dzeko, like, they pretty much top. They got Dzeko for free, I think, or 5 mil or something like that, some small fee. So it's just the whole situation is a shambles. But, respect to Tuchel, he dropped him this week. And again, like maybe this people saying that we play fluid football. We played a lot better without him. Again, another week that we play a lot better without him. And we got a result against Liverpool. Everyone thought maybe we were like second favorites for that game. But, they went up 2-0. And usually 2-0 to Liverpool means game over pretty much, especially the at the time that they tucked us away. Like the first, they had a goal in 2 minutes and then the next one was like 25 minutes. That's usually game said and done. But we fought back, got the 2-2, and yeah, as I said. But now I think we're starting to see like a change at Chelsea. Like we can't just keep going through manager after manager, say the manager isn't good enough. There has to be some sort of like accountability from these players, you know, because this is the third manager saying that these players are not motivated, especially at this time of the season, saying that we can't motivate these players because for whatever reason, you know, maybe lack of quality, maybe they think that they won everything, you know, because they won the Europa League that season. Now they're not motivated to play. Now they won the Champions League. Now we're seeing kind of like a new thing coming up at Chelsea, because some of these men, like Azpilicueta, he's seen in his 9 seasons at Chelsea, he's seen what, 6 to 7 managers. Like you can't be doing this. Like keep sacking a manager and expecting that you will become like a Man City. Look at Man City. They've built a project out there. They fixed the whole city. Like Man City was nowhere near Man United, and look how quick they've overleaped them. Like in a decade. Like it's been a decade now. Man City's been dominating the league.
Hey man, when they signed Stephen Ireland, you could see it coming.
What the hell did you see from Stephen Ireland? What the hell is wrong with useless, fam?
Man City's the best team in the country. Like we just have to admit it. Like, but
I said Stephen Ireland, you know.
You could see their fortunes turning. They were bringing in big players.
Hey, it could be Stephen Ireland, Steve Rodwell, whoever it is.
You know.
You know, like you've seen like the change, like the dynamic change. You know, they've changed the whole city. They've put infrastructure in the whole city, built hospitals, academies, and all of that. Like that's what we need to be doing at Chelsea. We're not far off, but we can't just sack managers, and there has to be accountability at the board, and they need to back the man, because look, we won the Champions League. That's pretty much papering over cracks. When you win the Champions League, the board's gonna look at you and say, look, you've won the Champions League, have a crack. He asked for 4 or 5 players in the summer. He only got Lukaku, and that wasn't even our first choice. Our first choice was Haaland. Couldn't get him. Second best thing on the market, Lukaku. And that's a club decision. He probably didn't want him. Most like people saying that Tuchel didn't actually want him. And then they're telling him to compete in a squad, like with a squad that isn't good enough to compete with, if we're being realistic. You know, like the first 10 games, like this guy has pretty much maximized his resources. He's maximized what he could get out of this team. Now it's time for the board to back him so we can just stay in top 3 discussions, because now we went from winning the league at the beginning of the season or after the first 10 games to we might not even make top 4, you know, and draws after draws. These are marginal games, like games that we've dominated. Man United, Everton, Burnley, you know, we drew these games. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. But
Murad, just got a quick question for you. Do you believe that Chelsea will actually back Thomas Tuchel within the transfer market? Because my problem is with Chelsea, I don't believe that they've ever really backed a manager. The signings have always been by the club and not the manager.
Yes, that's for sure. But that's because like they don't back the manager, because there's no like real system in place. It's pretty much you do what you can with this squad for the year and a half. Like as I said, Azpilicueta's seen 6 managers. Like he's the longest serving player on our team. He's seen 6 managers. Like some of these managers haven't even been in a job for 6 months. Like we had Benitez as an interim. Like he's just there to win a cup. You know, we become a cup team to pretty much. They're pretty much telling us we'll sack a manager mid-season. We'll get Di Matteo in, try to win the Champions League with whatever you have. You know, we've got like one window. They might sign a player or 2. You know, like it's just ridiculous. You can't be signing players like Barkley, players like Drinkwater, like just to fill domestic quotas and all of that. Get some of these youngsters. Why are you sending Billy Gilmore on loan and you got flipping Barkley? Barkley, we know what Barkley's on. Barkley's he's almost 30 now. Hasn't done anything in his career. Yes, you can say injuries. He's gone out on loan. Just send him out on loan. Bring a Billy Gilmore, play him, and build on that. You know, get some youth players. Get a mix of some senior players. But Chelsea, what we do, we sell a big player like an Eden Hazard, and we try to replace him with a big money signing. Every time we sold Hazard, we bought Pulisic. Like sometimes keep the money invested in important key areas and just promote the youth. Sometimes build something, build a project, give a manager some time to implement something. You see Bielsa, what he's done at Leeds, he's pretty much implemented the style of play that he wants from under 6 all the way up.
Yeah, but Bielsa's about to get relegated, bro.
Nah, he's not.
He's not going to get relegated. Number one, and number 2, he's brought them back into the league after how many years? Like it's been almost 19 years, 18 years. You can say all of that, but he's got them out of the mud. Like they tried, and look what he's built. But we're not even we're not on a Leeds level. We're at almost winning the Premier League level. Like we should be able to tweak a couple of things. The board needs to start backing the manager and just stop, just sacking a manager now, because this is pretty much it. If he lost this game against Liverpool, we could see his head. He's pretty much sacked. He'll be sacked. We'll bring another manager. We'll win an FA Cup. We'll get to a Champions League semi-final next season. That's the same. That's a cycle. We've seen Sarri. We've seen Conte. Like, how do we sack Conte? Like, it makes no sense.
Orest.
Yeah,
let me
but
come to
usually
on
when
this.
you sack a manager, you win the
Sorry.
Champions League.
Yes, just 1 second. Sorry.
Sorry.
I just know Orest has been sitting there quite quiet. I just wanted to make sure he's okay. On this whole Lukaku thing, because obviously you kind of have a similar thing with Paul Pogba. So how do you see the Lukaku situation?
For me, I don't like what Lukaku did, especially the fact he didn't tell Thomas Tuchel that he was going to do this. It was private. He didn't even tell Thomas Tuchel that he was going to do this during the mid-season as well. I don't know when. I think it was like 3 weeks ago that he released this, made this interview, and for me, Timberland boots. We called him when he was at United. We called him Timberland boots, and I'm still going to say this: Lukaku needs to fix up. And Thomas Tuchel said he was going to have a meeting today with Lukaku. So let's see how it goes. But for me, it's shocking to say, "Oh, I miss Inter, Lautaro Martinez. Don't worry, I'll stay there. I'll be there." But it's embarrassing.
Some clown behavior, bro. Like, you can't be saying, look, it's what kind of silly
man,
stuff is
that's his bro, man, bro. Don't hate on the guy, bro, man.
Bro, nah, you don't be saying that, bro. You're a professional, like you're supposed to
That's
be
the
a
guy,
senior
bro,
player.
man. Don't hate on the guy.
You're supposed to be a senior player there. Instead, you're supposed to encourage him, come to Chelsea, or say something positive, if anything. If you're gonna do that silly interview, and people say it came out 3 weeks ago, it doesn't matter when it came out. You know what I mean? And he thought maybe they'll keep it in the vault. That was never staying in the vault.
Also, you need to sort out your Chelsea meets, because at the beginning, I'm not on Twitter with this Chelsea mates. They said we got the best squad depth. We got 2 best squads.
We don't have. These guys are deluded, man. We don't have no squad depth. Like if you're saying Saul and Barkley as our squad depth, you're out of your mind, bro. Like that's them.
Do you know what? I just want to ask this question because I think Rich raised like a really good point. You're on mute. You're on mute, Rich. What was you gonna say?
Coughing like mad. Sorry, that's why I'm having to mute. Eustace is dipping out. He's going to a restaurant. But what I was going to do next is actually go around and actually ask everyone who their top 4 is going to be, and in order. So Eustace, quickly give us your top 4.
City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Ooh,
Chelsea second.
Little boys. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys later. Stay safe, boys. Bye-bye.
Big up, Eustace.
And tomorrow. Sorry. Bye-bye.
But yeah, I just wanted to say,
sorry, team.
I wanted to ask you, Orest and Realist in general. Like, do you know what? You said something about Pogba, and Pogba's openly come out and said things, and he's been able to come back in the team and stuff. So what's your thoughts on Lukaku then, Orest? Do you have the same energy towards Pogba as well, or because similar situations?
For me, Pogba doesn't come out and say, "Oh, I want to go back to Juventus." It's his agent, Mino Raiola, that fraud. For me, Pogba has never come out and say, "Oh, I want to leave United." It's only his agent. Lukaku is a different situation. If that was Pogba doing that interview, Graham Souness is preparing to slaughter him to death in the Sky Sports.
Yeah, slideshows ready if that was happening.
But yeah. For me, Lukaku should never, ever come out during the mid-season. And also, my worry is he didn't even tell Thomas Tuchel he was going to do this. So, that's my thoughts.
To be honest, you shouldn't even be thinking about doing stuff like that. Like, you're coming here saying, like, you see the way that we marketed him, Redemption 2.0. You don't be going saying stuff like that. But that pretty much tells me, I'll quit and sell me now. That's what it tells me. Like, sell me now. Sell him in January. Sell him wherever he wants to go. You can send him back to Anderlecht or wherever he wants to go.
Fabrizio Romano has said that Lukaku is not going in January for sure.
He's not. It's hard to move, bro. It's hard to move like now in January, bro. Like,
I think Chelsea should go all out for Lewandowski if Lukaku does want to leave. I think Lewandowski could.
I think now we're past that Lewandowski signing, because now we need to start really looking to build something. As I said, like Chelsea, we can kind of see a little bit of a change. Like they're gonna back the manager, and I think because they know if we get rid of him this season, where's he gonna end up? He's gonna end up at Man United, 100%. 100%.
Mate.
He gets sacked at Chelsea anytime before the end of the season. He's going to Man United.
No, because for me, I get what you mean, both German, but right. For me, I think you might get Ten Hag, but let's see.
Ten Hag is going Man City. People think Ten Hag I think his deal at Ajax ends right about the time that Pep Guardiola leaves, and he was his understudy, so he's gonna slide into that Man City job.
And Man City are a proper club. They've probably got this lined up already. You know,
they've probably got this lined up, man. So people think that Man City are playing games, but they're trying to dominate the next 10 years, and that's the problem. Chelsea, we're just trying to nick a trophy. Even when we were winning Premier Leagues and all of that, we're just nicking it from Man United. We'll nick 1, 5. This is going to be the longest period since we've won a Premier League that we're going to go out without. That's 6 seasons. The longest was 5. 2015, 2010. So
what we'll do now, then, guys. Morad, just quickly, yes or no to this? Would you swap Lukaku for Kane?
Now, yes. Now, but end the season now.
ESPN have come out and said that United are 4 points behind Arsenal, 11 behind Liverpool, 12 behind Chelsea, and 22 behind Man City. United have some work to do. And how is Ronaldo going to turn these absent performances around? Which is a damning statement from them.
Mm-hmm. Massive.
Sorry. Right, let's finish up with our top 4. Orest?
United. No, I'm joking. City will win the league. Second Liverpool, third Chelsea, fourth United.
Oh man.
T?
Do you see? I've said this throughout the whole time.
Be unbiased.
Yeah, I'm being totally unbiased. Totally. I said Liverpool to win the league. Not anymore for me. It's City. So City to win the league. Liverpool to still finish second. Chelsea easily comfortable third. I think they'll be all right. And fourth, I think tonight's changed it for me. Tonight has changed it. So I'm gonna go with Arsenal because I don't rate Spurs either. Conte's dragging them through results, but they don't play that great football either, and I think they'll get found out at a certain point. So I'm gonna go Arsenal.
For me, determines in that North London derby. That's gonna be
even that still that Tottenham will still struggle against bigger sides and stuff, I believe, and better teams. So yeah, I think that'll be good. That'll be a good barometer to see where Arsenal truly are. Not really Spurs, but once again.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Arsenal fourth.
Samara.
I don't want to say it. All right. City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and I think Arsenal will do it. Fourth.
Morad?
This is tough, man, because Tottenham, they can sign a couple of players and
true, that then changes, I guess.
That it changes it, and then it depends what Arsenal do if they sign, in key areas. But I'll go with this. I'll go City, Liverpool, Chelsea. I think the Gunners will do it. The Gunners.
Realist.
City, Liverpool, Chelsea. I don't even know about the top 3. I can't think so far down, bro. That man's stressing me, bro. I can't even call out a team name up there.
Really say it, bro. Say it, my bro.
Back your team.
No. He's definitely not backing
you. Think I'm an idiot? You think I'm an idiot?
Go on, really say it, my bro. Come on.
Man down there, fam. I said top 3. I don't know about that 4, bro.
But I think for Man United, though, I think out of Man
Realist,
United,
who's the fourth? Realist, who's the fourth?
Bro, I want to say us, but I can't say that man.
Who are you saying then?
I can't say that, bro.
Who are you saying?
Bro, I'm calling a wild card team, bro. I'm putting Palace in there. Y'all finished up 4, fam. I'm putting a wild card. I'm not putting a new man in there, fam.
You see, he's a realist, but then he still has to have that. I can't say Arsenal.
I can't put that man in there. Never. Nah.
I respect
I can't put you, man, bro. Now, just because of how things used to be back in the day, bro. So all this United and Arsenal all the time, bro. I can't give you, man, that, fam. Nah. I prefer to stay without the 4th place, bro.
City's got it. Liverpool second. I'm gonna say Arsenal third. You know.
Oh no, I think we're getting a bit too deep now. Yeah.
No, let me just tell you why. Because if I'm not mistaken, Arsenal have played most of the top 6 at least once. Like already, like the most we've played the top 6 the most out of the top 6 teams, I believe. So the rest of the other 5 teams are gonna have to play each other quite a lot. So there's gonna be points dropped there. If we can pick up points against the smaller sides, why not? So I'm gonna say City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea.
Mine's changed quite a bit, you know, since, because initially when I was on T Channel, I had said City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and then West Ham, because they started off the season really well. Then I said United because Oli was gone. So now City's won the league. Sorry, Samara, I know you don't want to say it, but that's done. That's done. Liverpool, Chelsea, 4th is tough.
Say Crystal Palace, bro.
No, we're not ready yet. We're not ready.
Definitely not United though, surely.
I don't think it will be them. That's the thing. I'm torn between Arsenal and Spurs.
I understand that. I respect that.
I think it's a signing thing, man. Once January's done, you will kind of when they're playing.
I think we should base.
If you
I'm
have
gonna say
after
Arsenal
January,
for now.
I could answer you after
Yeah,
January.
I'm gonna say
'Cause I
Arsenal.
feel like,
You know what? Yeah.
I feel like Conte's
I hate
the
to
best
say it.
manager out of the lot, like the 3 teams. I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
hate to
Arsenal
say it,
for
but
now, but
don't sleep on Spurs.
Conte might do a madness. That's
Don't sleep on Spurs. Don't sleep on Spurs.
This current Spurs team, I would sleep on them.
No, I think it depends though. Levy's a tight bastard, you know. Depends on if this guy gets some money in
Bro.
January to spend, bro. It could
If
be
he
a
bottles
madness.
this, bro,
Spurs could do something.
if he bottles this is war crimes, right? He needs to go jail. Like, bro. You cannot have this. He's like top. At least I'll say right now, he's top 3 managers in the world, 100%. You can't disagree with that. If he doesn't back the guy, he's deluded, man. He's finished. Like, we can't take him serious anymore, no?
These man are wily though.
the comment section is always going off. You know what? If it weren't for the fact that school starts back tomorrow and stuff, I would have definitely made this going a lot longer. Big up to, I think Morris is the first time on the channel, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's first time, man.
Yeah, snap. So listen, thanks for coming through. Same with you, Samara,
100%.
as well. Thanks for coming through.
Apologies
Morris,
for my rants. I don't like ranting, but it has to be.
listen, it just shows passion. You know what I mean?
100%.
It
Yeah.
just shows passion. Or stay out my DMs, please.
Yeah,
Right.
don't.
He's one of them bantering teams. Huh? Oh,
You know what? When Palace lose, I'm not gonna say anything because when
Yeah, because you can see it backfires quick.
yeah, man. Bro, Oli, Zoom, anyway.
I'm telling you, they need to cut the Wi-Fi, bro. I'm telling you.
He needs to cut it off, man. He needs to keep carrying fishing in Norway, but yeah. Conte is not. Yeah.
Oh, look at this comment. Big up
For
Roland.
me,
He says,
I think
I'll drive AWB to sell his part now.
that's too hard.
Name the price. 10 million.
For Arsenal fans, Tariq, yeah. For me, this January is very, very vital for you guys because I'm seeing Isaac links. I'm not seeing no like CDM links.
Yeah.
Is it not worrying for you?
Do you know what? I don't think January is that important. I think the next summer's most important. To be honest, I'm all right if we don't finish in the top 4. I'll be real, because I don't think we're ready to compete in the Champions League and Premier League in terms of squad, and we're probably asking a bit too much next season. So if we don't finish in the top 4, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm glad we've competed for it, and we're going to be better suited right now in the next step to compete in the Europa League, because we can use the second team for that and still focus on the Premier League and then still like try and build up in increments. I'm all right. I'm here for the long term. I'm going to be Arsenal fan for the rest of my life. So,
Rich, I didn't want to carry your show on too long. Sorry, bro. I just want to ask one question though. Beginning of the season, Arsenal fans, you wasn't really up for that top 4. You didn't think you would have made top 4 in it.
No, definitely
So
not.
even if your man finished in the top 4 or just missed out on it, you man are cool with that still in it.
Most definitely, I am. What about you, Oates?
I'll be disappointed not to get it, but
Yeah, I could see that too.
I think you guys get more backing. Though.
As
Like,
long
if
as
you guys, if you don't make
As
the
long as
top
you get
four,
top six, if we get top six and we're showing clear signs of improvement, then yeah.
Sorry, Santiago sent it for you, realist. He said that the fact that you put Palace on top 4 makes sense based on your lifetime 11 squad.
Right, bro. I want one of you man to come on here like my guy up here and say United get in top 4 with your chest, fam. Just come on and back that at your chest and say it, fam. You can't say that shit, bro. You be lying as hell.
Right, listen, guys. Really appreciate this wicked show. This could have gone on for longer. Predominantly, obviously, because United lost. That always tends to happen. But once again, guys, I'm just gonna get you to just plug where people can find you. Also, I know obviously you don't really have like a channel or anything like that, but you do have a business, so quickly plug that. Yeah.
Right, was it me by myself?
Yeah.
Nah, you're full screen. Don't worry. Go on, plug your business.
Yeah, so there's a couple I've got. I do like kids teaching kids financial, teaching kids about finances from an early age, so they don't grow up and make similar mistakes to a lot of adults. So it's it's just basic stuff, So check that out. It's called Mini Moneyology. It's on Instagram, Mini Moneyology, and Twitter and things like that. So also I've got a flower wall business for all you ladies and gentlemen that are getting married and things like that. If you want a flower wall secret garden, that's coming soon. So, but I'll be back with more details with that one, Rich. When Man United lose again, I'm going to be creeping out the woodworks again. And I'll see you all again soon.
As always. Did you want to come in any later?
Wow.
Are we at the airport? What's going on?
Oh no.
Oh man. Warren, where can I find you?
yeah, just have my ad there, Murad Idris, on Twitch, on YouTube. Pretty much just got started. Instagram, Twitter. We need to get more active on that, but yeah, pretty much. Or on Realist channel, pretty much. Just Realist channel. Realist is the plug, man. He's the plug.
He is, to be fair.
Oh, big up yourself, Rich. I think Santi was meant to. I think he said United in aisle 4. That's what I think he said with that supermarket mic. But yeah, you can find me on Tariq Talks, talking all Premier League stuff, Arsenal as well, watch alongs, you name it. And you can find me on Rich's channel. Big up, Rich, for the 500 subs, by the way. Massive.
Big ups.
You're an inspiration for all, Rich, man. Keep doing this thing.
Oh, stop it. My guy, Realist.
Oh shit. United on everything. Realist _ United on everything. Everything to do with United and getting pissed off. That's me.
And there's was it Football Manager that you were doing earlier on as well?
Yeah, but bro, them man shagging me. Don't worry about that. Them man shagging me there, fam.
My guy. All rest.
Football Fan Show, as you can see in the bottom left, I'm almost at 200, so make sure you guys subscribe. And yeah.
Don't be too depressed, The good times will come back for you, man.
When, bro?
Oh no.
Sorry, I'm trying to uplift a young man.
Sorry, Glory is coming back. It's coming back.
Last but not least, now I left this last because I'm a massive advocate for obviously women's football as well and such. So big to you, Samara.
Big up to that.
Yeah, on Twitter, SRJ_dance, because I'm a dance teacher, so got to plug that as well. And also, please follow Her Game 2 on Twitter, Instagram. Her Game 2 is created by female football fans, and we are aiming to kick all the sexism out of football. And I am the ambassador for Manchester City.
Big ups.
We need a United ambassador, bro. They might do better than the men team.
Yeah, that's big.
So, yeah, and yeah, like obviously, if you haven't seen it before, I did a show called She's a Baller, like talking about the women's game. Samara was kind enough to obviously reach out. She couldn't make the stream herself, but like she kind of like got it out there, got word out there and stuff. So I really appreciated that, and she was happy to come on today. And you're more than welcome to come on again, by the way.
Make it when City lose though. Flip.
When's that? That's never.
Bro, they need to, bro. We ain't getting no type of shine here. You know, it's just L City
That's
out
never,
here.
man. They got the rest on the payroll. They got VAR on the payroll.
I want to tell you
tell them
something.
about
These
Palace.
man,
Go on. I see you.
These man, right? City moving like you remember Fergie start Fergie time, and he had these referees on strings. These man moving like that. You know, I'm watching them. Referees.
Richard's got something to say. Go on. He'll say it.
I was just gonna say, no, it wasn't that. I was like, listen, I got to say, big up to all of you because it's not easy to come and share your thoughts when your team loses. Point in case as well,
Fraud,
you know. But we got the show's got to go on. You know, like massively disappointed. We should have beaten West Ham based on the chances created, and we did it. That's football. We got to move on with the show. You know, Realist, you will soon become a. Yeah. Anyway, guys.
My guy Richard.
See you later. Peace.
Yo, love people, love.